Hey guys, Crystal Thompson here for Unity Stamp Company. I'm here with another color combos with Crystal, and we're doing a clean and simple hand outline. This is one of these ideas that I've had in my head for a long time. I'm so excited to bring it to life. We're using an array of pastel colors along with one of the newest stamp sets from Unity. This is the Wit Kit Small Steps Are Progress, and this is from the Whitney card kit from February, but I wanted to show you how you can use this stamp set with a different technique, which is this hand drawn outline. You don't have to be artsy whatsoever to achieve this look. We're going to begin with two pieces of cardstock. This is going to be stamped using the Small Steps of Progress. Like I mentioned, it has an array of 8 solid succulent stamps, and when I saw this, I was like, it'd be super fun to have an outline stamp. Put it away, and then came back later on looking for ideas for these color combos with Crystal videos, and decided I can do a hand outline because these guys are so easy, and the solid stamp is so beautiful to outline. So again, I have these two pieces of white cardstock. This is Nina, and so one, I trimmed the edges a little more than the other just so it would give you a different look. So at the end of the video, you'll see how these two will give you a different look. I am using the Nuvo inks included in the Wit Kit, but again, you can use whatever you like. I'm going to move on to bringing in the Aquatini, which is from Catherine Pooler, but it's just essentially a teal color ink, and I'm going to stamp down another of the beautiful succulents, and I'm trying to keep it to the center, but honestly, because these cardstocks have been trimmed at the edges, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to bring in my black ink, and I'm going to stamp down the sentiments from the same Small Steps of Progress. So guys, this is a really easy way to create cards with one stamp set. We're not doing any fussy cutting. We're not doing any coloring. It's truly just a hand-drawn outline, and it just makes it super clean and simple for this card. So the first one we're stamping says, "Asking for help is strength," which I thought was a really encouraging sentiment. And then on the next one, we're inking it up as well with this black ink. And I wish I would have pressed down a little more. I ended up having to come and correct this, that you don't have to be perfect, which is perfect for the sentiment. And it used my black, this is a Zig Clean color marker, so it's a water-based marker. I was looking for something that had a very fine point. I was really hoping I had a micron pen, or a fine tipped Sharpie to do this, and I couldn't find anything, so I said, you know what, we're gonna use this brushed ended tip black watercolor markers to be sure that there's no water around, or it will bleed, also that your stamping is completely dry. And as you can see, I'm just doing some real time drawing here, and I'm just following along the edges. Don't press too hard, especially if you're using a marker that has a fine brush tip, and just following along on the edges of these succulents. And then I come back a little bit later and add some more of the shadows. So as you can see, this stamp set, it has a little white area where it didn't stamp. That's the idea, where it gives you the shadows. So I'm gonna follow along those little dots or those little lines with my black marker just on the edge to give this a more 3D look. And I found that it still needed a little more color. So I'm going to come back with a pixie dust. This is a beautiful purplish color ink that we're going to use on our other succulent, which is a really tall one. And I'm going to layer it right on top. I didn't feel the need to do any masking. I'm going to bring in my Copic colors, and I'm going to Copic a bit of a shadow at the bottom of these succulents. And this is just to give it some time to dry up that stamp that I just did before I come back with my black marker and do some outlining. So I'm using that N0, then an E21, which is like a skin tone color, and I'm gonna do just a very basic flickering to the left and to the right. And then I'm going to come back with that marker that I've been using earlier. And as you can see on these next ones that I did, I separated them a little more from that centerpiece to give me a little more room to follow the shadows and the outlines. So if you wanted to be brave and then stamp one, then outline it out, and then stamp the other and give yourself a little more room, I think it gives it a little of a cleaner look. But ultimately, it's up to you, and I really like how it changed the way these stamps looked, and it gives you, another way to use your beautiful stamps. So I'm going to finish up with this last, I want to say it's an aloe plant. I don't know what it's called, guys, but it looks like an aloe plant with my marker. And on this one, I didn't go too hard on the marker. I kind of just lifted around the white edges of it. So once that is done, I have 2 sheets of foam adhesive. I've placed them on the back of our hand outline card base or card panel, depending on how you want to do your cards. And for this first one, I'm going to center it onto another piece of Nina 110-pound cardstock. It's going to give it a super, super clean look, and we'll embellish here shortly. So I'm going to bring the second one. And again, very similar coloring as well, just different sentiment. And on this one, I'm going to center as well. And this one, I didn't trim the top, so you're just going to have the edges pop out and give it a center look. But ultimately, it's up to you how you decide to mat your clean and simple. And then last but not least, I'm going to bring in my Nuvo Drops clear adhesive. So anything works that dries clear. And I have 2 sizes of a gorgeous water droplets. These are super popular a couple years ago. And so I have lots of them. I'm going to add a couple of these water droplets in small and large onto the edges of this. And it finishes off the card really nicely. And guys, that does it for me. Thank you so much for joining me for Color Combos with Crystal. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. All supplies are listed down below on my YouTube channel, this video description, and on the Unity Stamp Company blog. There's a full written area where I show you all the products and step-by-steps. Guys, please give the video a thumbs up, and we will see you guys later. Have an amazing day.